Okay, it is Friday, October 12th, around 5 p.m. And I'm waiting for my dinner to get ready. But I thought I'd come on here and do a little video about the IFL and the current goings of the IFL, because there's a lot of newsworthy topics going on in the league for a change. Alright. First up is Frank Shamrock's San Jose Razor Claws. They will not be participating in the next season. All of their fighters, with the exception of Brian Foster, who's in the GP, were let go. It's a bit sad because there were some decent fighters on the team, like Josh Odom and Donnie Lyles and Dan Christensen, who I thought were all promising. Well, okay, Christensen's not really a promising fighter. He's already been to the UFC. I think he's already had the height of his career. But Donnie Lyles and Josh Odom, I think, are guys who will do things in the future. Why is this? Well, IFL is remaining at 16 teams, or at 12 teams, but already promised Mario Sperry and Ian Freeman teams. Ian Freeman's British Bulldogs will be entering the league in 2008. And although there's apparently some confusion and argument about whether Sperry's team will be working out of Florida, because something about him not wanting to be out of Florida, which I don't really know how to respond to particularly, other than it's a city, you don't have to even live there, it's just do it. Anyways, I would really like to see Sperry's team, because it would introduce a lot of Brazilian fighters, I would assume, to the IFL, and make it a little more international, make it, and I mean, Sperry's got some great fighters down in BTT. I mean, be win-win. Let's see what else. There is, of course, the whole GP controversy going on right now, and that is the fact that there's only going to be one 205 match, which is going to be Alex Schoenhauer of Tough One fame against Vladimir Matyushenko. The reasons for this is Mike Ciesnalevich, Andre Guzmão, and Mike Whitehead are all out with injury. Mike Whitehead also had a contract dispute in which he's managed by Monty Cox, who also, of course, manages Jay Haran and Ben Rothwell. Apparently, the IFL jerked him around a little bit. He didn't want Rothwell signing for the money they were offering. He did want to re-sign Whitehead and Jay Haran. However, it doesn't really make any sense. They kind of try to went behind Monty Cox's back and get Haran and Whitehead to sign, well, Haran anyways, to sign a contract that was the exact same terms, money, and everything, but telling him that Monty Cox didn't represent them. So IFL getting a little shady here. Aside from that, they didn't offer that to Whitehead, although eventually rumor has it they have re-signed, or they are trying to re-sign Mike Whitehead, even though now Mike Whitehead's not so crazy about it, due to the fact that he feels that the league doesn't, give a insert word to describe frustration and your company not doing things in your best interest. Ben Rothwell is unlikely to be back in the IFL. He is, Monty Cox is considerably not pleased with them, and Ben Rothwell didn't like the fact that very little was done about the spitting incident with Rico Rodriguez, because Rico was only fined $100 and was not given a suspension of any kind. So anyways, GP is kind of flat now. While I'm here, I'll do my GP picks, because I got the time on this video. First up, we'll start with the lightweights. We have Bart Palashevsky and Chris Hordeski. I'm taking Hordeski by unanimous decision, just because they had a split decision before. I think Hordeski is getting better as a fighter, and I don't really think Palashevsky is getting much better. So I think this could be a little more convincing for Hordeski. The other match, we have John Gunderson and Wagner Fabiano. I think Gunderson's going to control this fight. I don't think Fabiano can pull a submission on him. I think Gunderson will take it. I'm going to say by decision, because Fabiano's a pretty tough guy. And Gunderson's going to have to be somewhat careful about those submissions. So I'll take him by unanimous decision. Welterweight. I remember the competitors. Just let me pull up the card here real quick. I know the competitors are... Sorry, I got a bit of a cold going. Are Brad Blackburn, Delson Heleno, I do believe Jay Haran is still in the Grand Prix. So Jay Haran, and the other guy is... Should have had this out earlier. My apologies. Now, yeah, Mark Miller is still listed on my playground. It's Pat Healy is the one that I'm missing. Okay, so it's Jay Haran versus Brad Blackburn, who's replacing Mark Miller, and Delson Heleno versus Patrick Bam Healy. I'm gonna say Heleno taps Healy in the second round because he's somewhat prone to decision loss. I'm gonna take Haran with a TKO stoppage in the second round against Brad Blackburn, because although Blackburn did beat him last time, or at least one of the times they fought, I don't think it'll happen twice. At middleweight, we have Matt Horwick and Brian Foster, and we have Benji Raddick and Bo Parlant. I'm taking Benji Raddick with a furious ground and pound in the first round. I'm taking Matt Horwick via decision. Light heavyweight, excuse me. I'm taking Vladimir Matyushenko by unanimous decision over Alex Schoenhauer, and that's the only 205 match on the card. Then at heavyweight, there's some confusion of who's fighting who, so I'm going to go with who I understand it is going to be fighting who exactly, and that is Brian Vittel is going to be fighting Reese Andy, I think, or Joud. Okay, so I'll go with the different combinations. Reese Andy versus Vittel. I see Vittel winning that one by TKO ground stoppage. Second round. If he's fighting Joud, I see Joud winning a unanimous decision. On to matches that would involve Roy Nelson. I see Roy Nelson would beat either of them. Roy Nelson would probably decision Antoine Joud, and I think would probably decision Reese Andy. So, kind of does it for the Grand Prix. Leave comments, rate, subscribe. Let me know if you like the new intro style, and I will see you probably later today, because I'm going to probably put my UFC 77 prediction video up soon.